My name is Akurede Adenike. You are welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time of you checking on my channel, please like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell for more videos. Today I'm making kimono dress. Here is the fabric I'm using. My kimono dress is going to have two side pockets, and at the edge of the sleeve here, I'm going to add small flare to it. Let's begin. Here is it. I've folded my fabric into two. Here is the front into two, and here is the back into two. But I'm going to cut it together. To know the amount of fabric we're going to use, my back is 15 inches. I'm going to divide it into two. That'll give me 7.5, but I'm going to use 8 inches. So this line is the starting point. So I'm going to measure. Hope you are seeing what I'm doing very well. I'm going to measure 8 inches now. Here is the 8 inches. I've marked it. So, kimono dress or kimono jacket is cut together with a sleeve. And I'm going to add extra 8 inches to it. I'm going to add extra 8 inches to it. Here is it. And 1 inch seam allowance for the sleeve. If you want to turn it up, you are going to use 1 inch seam allowance. If you want to add anything, like I want to add small flare to it now, so that seam allowance will be enough for me to join it. So here now, I'm going to come down by ½ inch. So from there, so my neck width is going to be 4 inches, while my neck depth is going to be 4 inches as well. I'm going to join it with my free hand like this. Remember, I'm cutting the back and front together. It's the same thing because it's a kimono dress. Here is my neck. My neck width is 4 inches and my neck depth is 4 inches as well. So to get my shoulder slant now, I'm going to join it from here, from where I get my neck width, like this. I'm going to join it slightly like this. So now I'm going to shape my dress. So here's my shoulder line. From my shoulder line, I'm going to get the full length of my dress. The full length of my dress is 42 plus 2 inches or 1.5 inches seam allowance. That will make it 43.5. Exactly 43.5 at the edge here, at the bottom here. So now back to the shoulder. From my shoulder to my chest line. To get my chest line is half of my round armhole. My round armhole is 18 divided by 2 is 9 inches. Plus ½ inch seam allowance because I'm going to join the shoulder, the two shoulder together with ½ inch. So this is 9.5 inches. Let me make it a straight line. From my shoulder to my bust point. My bust point is 10.5 inches plus ½ inch seam allowance. I'll make it 11 inches. Let me make it a straight line. So that's it. Now from my shoulder to my waist. My waist is 17 plus ½ inch seam allowance. That's 17.5. I make it a straight line. Remember, I'm cutting the back and front together because the kimono top. Kimono dress. From my shoulder to my hip is 24 plus ½ inch seam allowance, 24.5. and make it a straight line. That's it. So from my shoulder to my full length of the gown, the full length of the gown is 42 plus 1.5 inch seam allowance. You can make it 2 inches. It depends on how much fabric you have. For mine is 1.5 inches, because I'm going to use 1 inch to join the shoulder, then half inch to join the shoulder, then 1 inch to hem the bottom of the dress. So on my chest line here, I'm going to input the quarter of my bust. My bust is 38 divided by 4 is 9.5, plus half inch is plus 1 inch is, you can make it half. It depends on how free you want it. You can make it half inch, you can make it 1 inch, you can make it 1.5. Depends on how free you want it. But mine, I'm using 1 inch. 9.5 plus 1 inch, that's 10.5. There's it. Plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 11.5. There's it. So the same thing on the bust point, the same measurement I input, I'm going to input it on the bust point, 11.5. So on my waist is 34 divided by 4 is 8.5, plus 1 inch is, that's 9.5. Is it? Plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 10.5. On my hip line, my hip is 40 divided by 4 is 10 inches, plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 11, plus 1 inch, plus 1 inch is, that's 11 inches, plus 1 inch seam allowance, that's 12 inches. So the quarter of my hip will be input on the bottom of the dress. 10 inches plus 1 inch is 11 inches, plus 1 inch seam allowance, 12 inches. So now I'm going to join all the points together. Here's it. If you want to make the bottom pencil, you can make it. All you have to do is to just come in here by 1 inch. Then you now join it on 1.5. It depends on how pencil you want it. So you now join it from here down to this place. That will make it pencil. So here now, let me join this place with my free hand. The hip, the waist to the hip, So that's just it. So now the bust to the waist. All the sharp edges, make sure it's not sharp. Blend it, don't let it sharp, because if you let it sharp, it will give you problem while sewing. Now to get my sleeve, my round sleeve is 13 inches. Divided by 2 is 6.5, plus 1 inch here, making 7.5, plus half inch that I'm going to use to join it here at the shoulder line here. That will make it 8 inches. So I'm going to get 8 inches here now. Or if you want it to be a little free, you can add half inch to it. That will make it 8.5. But I'm using 8 inches here now. So you now join it like this. Make it curve here, a little bit curve here, in between the chest line and the bust point line. Just make it a little curve like that. That's just it. So I'll now cut it out. So let me cut it out. For this dress, I'm using up to 3.5 or 3. It depends on your size, yards for it. So the shoulder, you have to cut it slightly like this. So make sure you trim this place, let it dry. So here is it on how to cut kimono dress. So to get the pocket, here is it. I've already cut it out. Here is it. I'm going to use 2 for the both side, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. So I'm cutting the 4 together. Just make sure you get 10 inches by 12 inches. You can make it 10 by 10. It depends on how much fabric you have. But this one is 10 inches by 12 inches. So I'm going to place I'm going to place my hand like this. Then I will shape it out. Shape it out very well. I'm going to shape it out like this. So here is it. Then sewing allowance, make sure you had it. Please don't make a mistake, please. Sewing allowance. Sewing allowance is really important at the both side like this. You may not add any sewing allowance here, it will just short. But at the side here, make sure you add your sewing allowance and make sure you get 9 inches. So make sure you add sewing allowance to it all through. So here's it. Make sure you trim all the excess fabric. Always trim all the excess fabric. I'm going to mark the wrong side of it because I'm marking on the wrong side of it. So the right side is facing each other. And for the dress too, the right side is facing each other. Let me mark the wrong side of the second one so that for me not to make a mistake, always mark the wrong side of it so that you don't make a mistake by sewing the wrong side as right side. Here is it. So at the edge of the sleeve here, I want to join this flare, so that's a flare I'm cutting now. So cut the full circle. So to get my full circle now, my round sleeve is 13 inches. I'm going to divide it into 4. That will give me 3.25. So that 3.25, I will now deduct 0.5 from it. The remaining one will be 2.75. So I will now check where I can get that's 2.75. So because if I measure the exact 3.25, after cutting it, it will be wider than what I needed. So that's why if you want to use this formula, divide your round sleeve by 4. The answer, you have to deduct 0.5 from it. So the remaining one is what you are going to get on your fabric. Now, the remaining one for me now is 2.75. I'll now find where I can get that 2.75 I'll measure it out. That 2.75, where can I get it? So I'm going to measure 1.75. That is where I get my 2.75. Measure 1.75 all around. I'll now measure it all together. So here is it. Is it 2.75, not up to 3 inches. So from there now I'll now measure the length of my flare. Now I told you I needed 5 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance. That'll make it 6 inches. I'll now measure 6 inches round. Measure 6 inches round. 6 inches all round. Now connect it. So I'll now cut it out. So now make sure you notch it here. Notch here too. So here's it. Here's the second one. Let me show you how it will look like before moving to the sewing. Here's the kimono dress. So as you can see, I turn it all the way around. Here's how it's going to look like. As you can see, very beautiful and nice. Now let's move on to the sewing part. Now to join the pocket, I'm going to take one of the kimono that I cut. I cut both front and back together. This is one of it, maybe front or back, because it's the same cutting. I'm going to measure from the shoulder. I'm going to measure 18 inches. That's where my pocket will start. This is where my 18 inches is. So this is the one of the pockets for the front part of it, or back part of it, because it's the same cutting, both the front and the back. I'm going to pin it down. I'm going to pin it down. So the second side, I'm going to pin it as well. Find where the 18 inches is. Find where the 18 inches is from the shoulder. Then you place the second one of the pocket. Let the right side face the right side. This is the right side of the pocket, and this is the right side of the dress. So let the right side fit the right side. Always pin your, I'm pinning it down. So I'm going to do the same thing on the second part of the dress. I'm going to attach the pockets like this. I'll now go to my machine now and sew it like this. Just going to sew the other side. Now I've finished sewing the pocket together. I finished attaching the pocket to the body. Here's it. Here's the second one. And this is the second part of the dress. I finished sewing the pockets too. So I'll now join it together. I'll open the pockets up like this. Open the second one up like this. Now I'll place the other part of the dress to it like this. open the pocket up like this. On it up and place it very well on each other like this. And if you like, you can pin it up, but if you are a beginner, my advice for you is to always pin your fabric together for it not to be shaken. So here is it. Place it together, pockets on each other, as you can see. Here is it. So the other one too, here is it, as you can see. So to sew it now, while I was measuring, I added 1 inch for seam allowance. You just go ahead and sew it on the 1 inch on both sides. But before that, first of all, join the shoulder. I'm going to join the shoulder here with 1/2 inch. I'm going to go ahead and join the shoulder with 1/2 inch. Let me go and join it. I'll come and show you when I finish joining. Now I've joined the shoulder. Here's it. I've joined the shoulder together. Here's it. Join it together, as you can see. So place it very well for shaping. So here's the 1 inch that I added for seam allowance. So I'll now go and sew on that 1 inch. No need to stress yourself again by shaping it because the shape is already there. But as for the sleeve here now, as for the round sleeve here, my round sleeve is 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. I'm going to add 1/2 inch for ease. So that'll make it 7 inches. But let me make it 6.5. That's 6.5. Make it 6.5. So that's 6.5. I'll now join it down to this place. Join it easily like this. Set it like this to this place. To this place, my breast point line. This is my chest line. Something I want to do on the bottom here, I want to leave a slit here for me to be able to walk when I put it on. I'm going to measure about 8 inches upward. 8 inches. And the second side too, I'm going to measure 8 inches. 1 inch seam allowance. So when I get to the pocket area here, I'll now go like this, or sew it like this. I'll not close it like this, because if I sew it like this, it will just close up. But to make it open, you just from here, when you get here, just go like this, sew it with 1/2 inch all around like this. Sew it with 1/2 inch all around like this. You will now come out here, then you now join the down to where you get your 8 inches from the bottom. You stop here. Let me go and sew it. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of the dress. Let me go and sew it. If I sew it, now I've sewed both sides from the sleeve here through the pockets here, then down to where I measured 8 inches from the bottom upward. So I stop here for me to be able to work very well. Here is the second side of it. Second side of the dress. I've sewn it too. Here's it. So as you can see, this is the slit. Here is it. So now I'll now turn it to the right side. Turn it to the right side. There is it. Turn it to the right side. So to finish up the bottom now and the slit, I'll now go to my machine. Make it like this. The slit, I'll double fold it. Fold half like this, and I'll fold it with half again. That'll make it 1 inch. So I'll go and sew it. But if you are a beginner, make sure you pin always pin your fabric. I'm going to double fold it and pin it for you to see how it will look like. So it is second part. I'll double fold it like this, pin it up. Double fold it and pin it like this. So I'll now go to my machine. So I'll sew it like this, pass through here like this, and I'll come back like this. I'll do the same thing on the second side of the slit. So I'll come and show you when now I've finished sewing this the slit. Finish it up. I double folded it and sew it all around. So here is it. As you can see, it's very neat and nice. So after that, I'll now go and hem the bottom. I'll double fold it and sew it. I'll double fold it like this. I'm hemming it with 1 inch. So I'll hem it, I'll double fold it and hem it. When I finish hemming, I'll come and show you. Now, after that, I'll now attach the flare to my sleeve. So before attaching the flare to my sleeve, I'm going to finish it up, all the round edges. I'll finish it up with the bias before attaching it to the body of the dress. So here's it. I'm going to open it up like this. This is the bias. I'll open it up and fold it with 1/4 of an inch like this. I'll now place it on the right side of the fabric like this. If you are a beginner, pin it before you sew it. For it to be accurate, you are going to pin it round. So now I'll now go and sew it with 1/4 of an inch. I'll sew it round on the right side of the fabric. I'll do the same thing on the second flare too. So on the right side of the fabric. So when I finish sewing, I'll come and show you. Hem the bottom of the dress. Here is it. With 1 inch. I'll hem it with 1 inch. Make sure you trim all the excess thread and fabric base to make your job neat. Always do that if it is necessary. So after that, here is my flare too. I've joined the bias to it with 1/4 of an inch. I open up the bias and join it to place it on the right side of the fabric and join it with 1/4 of an inch. So I will now finish it up by turning it in. This is the right side. I'm going to turn it in to the wrong side of the fabric. So I'll now go and top stitch it. After turning it like this, I'll turn it all round and top stitch it round. I'll do the same thing on the second flare. So I'll come and show you when I finish that up. Now I've top stitched it. I'll now go ahead and attach it to the sleeve of the dress. Here is it. I've already attached it to the second sleeve. I'm going to show you on how to attach it now. Just the notching side, the notching area. Here is the notching and here is the second notching. The first notching will be placed on the shoulder, while the second notching will be placed on the armpit. And now pin it round like this. Pin it round like this. After pinning it round, now go ahead and sew it with 1/2 inch. That was how I achieved this one. I placed it like this. The right side face the right side. I pin it round, then I sew it with 1/2 inch. The way I attach the bias on this one, on the round edge of the flare, now that's the way I attach the bias on the neckline too. I finished it up with bias. The neckline with bias. I placed it like this because I already finished it up with the bias. This is how I achieved it. I placed it, I open it up like this, the bias. I fold it at the edge here like this with half inch. Place it on the right side like I did on the flare exactly. That is how I finished up my neckline. So after finishing it, this is how it will look like. I've hemmed the bottom. So this is how the sleeve will look like. As you can see, it's beautiful and nice. So I'll now go and finish the second one. I'll give it nice ironing and put it on for you to see the finishing look on me, how nice it will be. And these are the pockets. This is the first one and this is the second one. Side pockets, two sides pockets. So if you find my tutorial helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to support my channel. Join me on my Facebook group, Details to Sewing, created by Akorede Adenike. Follow me on Instagram at Akorede Adenike. I'm also on Twitter, Akorede Adenike. And like me on my Facebook page, Akorede Adenike Triple A. Till my next video, thanks for watching. God bless you. Bye-bye.